Hey guys, it's Twinston764 back again for another short video. Sorry I haven't made one in a while. I've been busy with some other projects that I'm working on, got work and all that. But today I want to talk about a strategy that I use for scratch tickets. It is called Play Until You Win. Now, when you do Play Until You Win, it means that you buy a scratch ticket, and if you lose on it, then you buy the next one. If you lose on that, you buy the next one. If you lose on that, you buy the next one. And then you can continue doing it until you eventually find a win. And whatever it is, you stop playing with that ticket. And then you could either quit or move on to the next ticket. I started this back in late 2018, and it has worked for me quite a bit. But there are some bad things and good things about it, and I'm going to explain them why in this short little video that I'm going to be making. So right here, I got Play Until You Win. On the right side is green, and that'll be the positives. On the left is white, and that's going to be negatives. I usually like to end positive, but today we're going to start with the positive first, and then we'll end with the negative. So when you play till you win, you're always going to have a winner, no matter how many you play, unless it's near the end of the pack. So if it's on ticket number 5, and you lose on the first 2, and then ticket number 7 is a winner, great. Then you have one to take home with you, and that's always a good feeling. So the next reason is that the odds of winning increase every time you lose. So let's say you're playing with a ticket that has an odds of 1 in 3.8, and you lose on it. Well, now your odds are going to be like 1 in 3.3 for the next ticket. And if you lose on that, it's probably 1 in 2.5. And then if you lose on that, which is kind of rare, it's 1 in 1.8 or something like that. So every time you lose, the chance of winning increase on the next ticket, because scratch tickets are dependent events. If you don't know what dependent events is, I'll explain real quick. So the outcome of the first thing you do affects the next thing. So that's why, because there's only a set number of winners in a pack and a set number of losers for each one. Could vary a little bit depending, but you're always going to have an increased odds every time you lose. Okay, third reason is that you could potentially find a big winner. My biggest win was $5,000 back in January 2019, and it was the last 3 in the pack. I just bought them, and the very last one was the $5,000 one. But it has already helped me this year so far. It's already what? I'm recording this on March 21st, so whenever it's posted, it's going to be around that time. But look at this. I got this winner on the casino night ticket. Took only 3 for a $200 winner. Here's a crossword that I did. $300 winner. Only took 2. Here's another one. The Magnificent Millions, the purple ticket. Bought to the first 2 losers. Third one, $500. The last one I have to show is the Franklin. This one took a little bit more. Took 5, but still won $100. And that was in the last just 2 months of just some of the big winners. I've had other ones that are like 100, but you could potentially find a big winner doing this strategy. So it's actually pretty good. Next reason is you feel more satisfied when you win. When you win on a scratch ticket, it feels good instead of just buying one and then losing. And then you get that feeling oh, the next one's probably going to be a winner and I'm back home and I can't go get it because I don't have enough money or whatever. That's for later. But if you feel satisfied when you do win, and when you don't win, it's just not good. At least for me, at least. I'm not sure what other people think. Comment below if you feel any different. And the last reason I have is you have more fun scratching unknown winners than losers. At least it's for me, for Colorado at least. So what I do, here's how you do it. So you go ahead, get your ticket, scratch off the barcode, then scan it with your phone. At least with Colorado, it tells you winner or loser, that's all. Some states tell you the exact prize, but you can always cover it up or something like that. And then if it's a loser, we get the next one, do the same thing. Once you find winner, okay, you're done with that pack, no more of it. Unless you find 5 losers in a row, then there's a potential to have back-to-back winners, but it is kind of rare. Sometimes I do it if I find more than 5, or sometimes even 4 if it's high odds, but it's kind of a rare thing, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But that is how you do it for unknown winners, and then you know that you found a winner, and then you scratch it off, and then, win $10, $20, $50, anything like that. And that are the advantages for Playing Until You Win, my strategy. If there's advantages to Playing Until You Win, there's also big disadvantages, so let's go over those. The first one is you're going to need a big budget. When you play these play-to-win strategies, you're going to need to have the bankroll or the money to keep buying tickets every time you lose. If you find a lot of losers in a row, you're going to need the money to buy the next one, because every time you lose, the chances of the winning on the next ticket increase. So let's say if you're doing $20 tickets, or let's just say $5 tickets, you're going to need at least $20 or $30, because you could still find losers in a row multiple times. But if you just buy 2 and then win on the second one, then you're okay. But you still need $15 if you're going to do that. Maybe you could start off with the $1 tickets, but I usually don't do that because the odds are so bad, and then you'd have to find 4 or 5 to find a win. Most of the time it's just your money back, but now I'm spoiling ahead for the next disadvantages, so let's just continue moving on. This next disadvantage is probably a little personal thing, but you might annoy some clerks. Usually the clerks are nice with me with buying tickets and then coming back and oh, I want the next ticket. Oh, I want the next ticket. Oh, I want the next ticket. I didn't win. There's only been a handful of clerks, maybe 2 or 3, are you've been playing too much. You can't get any more. And then I don't even bother with them and not go back as much. But if you're doing it at a machine by yourself, or usually it's late at night when you're the only person there, then yeah, it's fine to go ahead and do this. But there's only been, only a little bit of clerks that said, oh, you can't do anymore. Or is that all you're going to do? Or is that the last ticket you're going to get? Because I'm dude, I'm buying tickets from your store. Let me play. But it doesn't really happen that often, but that's just another disadvantage. Okay, the next reason is you could find a long streak of losers. This year, it was in February, the worst I had was, I did a $20 crossword, and I had to buy 8, yes, that's right, 8 to find a winner. So there was seven $20 tickets in a row that were losers. I was really upset that day. I ended up buying the full pack, and it was a big mistake. Pretty much that full pack was just money back because the very like second to last one was like $100, so it was kind of a break even there. But like if I find like 4 or 5 losers in a row for a ticket that has good odds, I might buy back to back tickets because there could be back to back winners because the pack has to make up for those big string of losers in a row. Like it could happen, but it's kind of rare. It only happens like once every like couple months. But I've had like that. The worst was probably like with 6 like $50 tickets, and then like the 7th and the 8th one. The 8th one was like 500, and then the 7th one was only 50, so that's why I got the next one after it. But yeah, bad losing streaks, that could happen. So that's another risk you're willing to take. All right, another disadvantage is that, let's say you bought like 4 tickets or something, that 4th one could just be your money back. That happened to me tonight. Bought 3 crosswords, all 3 losers, and the 4th one, I'm like, okay, maybe I should just go ahead and leave with that. It was only $20, so I lost $60 there, but maybe I'll go back and try again later, because I took 3 losers out of that pack and only found 1 winner, and the odds are only 1 in 3, so I could still potentially win, but you could still get your money back on tickets if you keep playing the one over and over again. Like the third one is like $20 if it's a $20 ticket, or like if you buy 3 $10 tickets and the third one's just 10, that can happen, so that's another risk. All right, the last reason is that if you're near the end of a pack, let's say there's 60 tickets in a pack, and you're on ticket number 55, there could be those 55, 56, 57, and 58, 59. Those could all be losers, and then you're pretty much like, you're done. You can't do any more tickets. You just like wasted your time. The odds are gone. That has happened to me before. So if you're going to do this strategy, try and do it where it's not like near the end of the pack, because then you're going to have something like that could happen. It's happened before, but sometimes you might find at least 1 winner in there. And if you do like at least find a winner, you may as well get like the last couple tickets, because you know there could be a big one, like a couple days ago with the $300 winner on the crossword that I said earlier. There was 4 tickets left. The first 2 were losers. The third one was the winner, which was actually the 300, and there was only 1 left, so I'm like, screw it, and I bought that one. That was only 25. But still, it can still hurt if you have the losers at the back of the pack. All right, well, that's going to be my conclusion of my strategy and sharing my thoughts of, playing until you win. See if it's good. If you have the bankroll, then great. If you don't, then probably not for you. But it does help for tickets because they're, again, dependent events, which means your odds, I've said a bunch of times, but odds increase every time you lose. Not like the lotto games, though. Those are all independent because, it could be 0-0-0 for the pick 3, and then the very next draw, the same chance, 0-0-0 could show up again. And it has happened before. Maybe not 0-0-0, though, just like some other number. But that's all I have for today. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this strategy. See if you guys do it, or if not, or too scared, or whatever. Might do a lotto video again. I'm not really sure, though, when. Guess we'll find out. All right, guys, thanks for listening with me tonight, and peace out.